air in courtroom 7B was dead and still. It smelled of old coffee and old promises. There were no spectators. The hearing was sealed, private, not for dignity, but to contain the damage. At one table sat Mira Vance, 48. Her face was sharp with intelligence and a quiet, cold anger. She wore a simple dress the color of a fading bruise. Her hands were perfectly still. At the other table was Julian Vance, 50. He looked like a ruined gentleman in a nice sweater, his silver hair messy. His eyes were tired, but his jaw was set. 22 years of marriage sat in the space between them. Judge Betty had watched them. Her face was like a closed book. She had seen every kind of human fight, but this one was different. This divorce wasn't about love gone cold. It was about who owned a voice. For 22 years, Mira and Julian had written together under one pen name, MJ Valor. Their thrillers sold millions. The brand was worth a fortune. But MJ Valor was not a person. It was a third thing, born from their marriage. Mira built the complex plots. Julian wrote the soulful dialogue. Alone, each had failed. Together, they were giants. Now Mira wanted to end it. Not just the marriage, but the name. Her request was the heart of the hearing. Your Honor.
Your Honor, I am not seeking an unequal division of marital property. I am seeking a permanent injunction barring my husband from ever publishing another word under or derived from the MJ Valor intellectual property, including any character, plotline, or stylistic signature in perpetuity.
If the marriage ends, MJ Valor must die with it.
Julian's response was a raw wound.
Your Honor, what she proposes is not a division, it is an execution. She is not seeking to divorce me, she is seeking to unwrite me, to erase the last 22 years of my creative identity. If she prevails, the pen name is frozen. And I am left with nothing but my half of the royalties from past works. A man silenced.
A ghost living off the echoes of a voice he is forbidden to ever use again. It is creative alimony in its most absolute annihilating form.
Judge Betty listened. Was MJ Valor just shared property to be split like money? Or was it its own unique thing? Something that couldn't be divided without destroying it? Mira's lawyer spoke.
MJ Valor was a partnership. That partnership is dead. For him to write alone in that voice would be a fraud, a cheap copy.
A cheap copy. The only clean end is to retire the name. Julian's lawyer fought back.
This is revenge. She wants to salt the earth so nothing can grow. That voice is his craft, his skill. She doesn't
own his mind. Telling him he can't write what he knows how to write is inhuman. The judge looked at Mira. Where is the line? She asked, her voice dry. If he writes a new book about a couple who are forgers, not thieves, is that stealing from you? Mira's voice was a blade of ice. The line is the partnership. Our books work because of two minds. One mind trying to copy that is a lie. The public would feel cheated. The judge turned to Julian.
And you? If the Valor style was a paint only you two could mix, can you go make it alone now?
Julian's voice cracked. The style is in what the reader feels. I can't unlearn how to make them feel it. That's my life. She's asking me to forget myself. A heavy silence fell. The legal arguments were done. This wasn't about laws. It was about two halves of a single mind, now at war. The decision. Judge Betty did not read from paper. She spoke to the two broken people.
You have asked the court to do something of terrible finality. To kill a creation, to settle a personal score.
Ms. Vance is right. The thing you built is unique to your union. Letting one continue alone risks making it a hollow copy. That hurts the value you built together. Mr. Vance is also right. The order she seeks is vast. It seeks to govern a mind. The law fears that path. My job is to weigh two great harms. The harm to her, seeing a ghost of her work walk without her soul, and the harm to him, being made mute in the very field he defined. Therefore, the request is partly granted, partly denied. She laid out her order piece by piece. 1. The name MJ Valor is not frozen. No new books under that name, by either of you, ever. It is over. 2. The old books and their money will be split as you agree. 3. This is the heart of it. Mr. Vance, you are not forbidden from writing, but for 10 years, any thriller you publish must carry a note. The author was formerly one half of MJ Valor. 4. For those same 10 years, Ms. Vance gets the first chance to publish any such book through her own company at a fair price. This is not control. It is a bridge, should you both choose to use it. This is not a perfect answer. There is none. It is a messy, practical attempt to split what cannot truly be split. You came to end a marriage. Do not mistake this for a victory. It is a verdict of loss for you both.
The court
She
is
brought her
adjourned.
gavel down. Court is adjourned.
Tikia.
Mira did not move. A single tear tracked down her cheek. It was not sorrow, but furious understanding. She had killed the name. She had not killed him. It was a hollow win. Julian slumped forward, head in his hands. He was not silenced. He was branded. Every future book would now bear the scar of her and of this day.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you're first to see our next update on Due Process. Bye.